All right, that's it. We're live, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, I was a little apprehensive about doing this live stream today because I really didn't know what to talk about. But I spoke to Harmony and I wrote a list, so I've got a whole bunch of things to talk to you guys about today. But summer is here, and I don't know if any of you guys follow me on Strava, but there's been a lot of complaining about the heat. Well, actually, you follow me on YouTube, and I do a lot of complaining about the heat at the end of every run. And this week I've been struggling a little more than usual with the heat. And today, oh gosh. All right, well, listen, I actually filmed a video this morning. It was a new shoe review of a shoe that I just opened and tried those out. And I'll be talking about that on Monday when that video is released. But the weather this morning, the temperature at 5 a.m., it was 82 degrees, which is like 26, 27 maybe Celsius. It's brutal, 5 a.m. All right, Edmund's here. Ooh, nice, Edmund, all the way from the Ottawa Valley. Ah, Marielle, thank you. Thanks for tuning in again. I know you missed it last week, Marielle. And Marielle is all the way over in the Netherlands, and it's pretty late right now. Let's see, 8, 9, well, it's only 9:30. Okay, not that late. What's up, Eric, up in Chicagoland? And Marielle over in the Netherlands, it is 18 degrees Celsius. Perfect! Oh my gosh. No wonder you're doing these great things, Marielle. Julian, local runner, checking in. What's up, my man? Saying hi. So Julian and I live in Florida, and probably about the most COVID-soaked place right now in the whole world. So I hope everyone is keeping distance, although it doesn't matter if you keep distance if you're outside Florida, because you'll never catch up with us. We are winning this. We're winning this COVID game. Got people just spreading COVID everywhere. All right, Hussein, what's up, my man? Okay, Julian, okay, you must have missed the first couple seconds, Julian, because I was just talking about that, yeah. 3:30 a.m., is that when you went out? 86, felt like 95. I tell you. Julian, I've got a video coming out on Monday. I took the A6 Road Blast out, and I was talking about that weather. It was crazy how hot it was this morning. Jason, what's up? How are you doing, my man? Jason, where are you from? Okay, I wanted to jump right into something because this is something, okay, this isn't running related, but hold on. Marielle's going out on a nice trail run. Marielle, I'm so jealous. I wish I could go for a trail run. Okay, so we've got trails around here, obviously. It isn't just all paved, but for me to get to the trails, it's about a 10K, and there aren't that many trails. So I probably only go there once every 10 days, and there are no hills, completely flat. So I'm glad that you're going to get out there tomorrow and come out up in northern Finland, 13 degrees on the morning's run. Oh, that sounds wonderful. Okay, Julian said it got cooler as it got later. Okay, so you went out at 3:30, it was warmer. I didn't go out until, it was probably about 5:30, 5:45, Julian. And when I got back, about an hour and a half later, it had increased 2 degrees. So it probably went down to when I went out, and then the temperature started climbing again. All right, yep, Jason, Florida is looking pretty crazy. I'm winning it. Yep, yeah, we're winning it, all right, yeah. I don't know if I want that prize. Okay, up in Wisconsin, has been getting worse too, and the big cities. Yeah. Tough. Gotta stay away from people. It's really tough in big city, but I tell you what, if New York City can crush it, I think we in Florida should be able to do it. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people that just don't believe it's happening. Believe it or not, there are a lot of people down here in Florida that think like that. Yeah, 38-minute drive, but it's worth it. Yeah, you know what? That does sound worth it. And if I were to get in the car and drive 38 minutes. I think there are some really nice trails north of me, up by Tampa. But it's a little too warm right now to head up there. You know, I tell you, it's laziness. It's laziness. I can't be bothered to get in the car and then drive for an hour in order to sweat for an hour and then come home. So I'll just run around my house for now. But winter is coming. All right. I know it's only the middle of July, but you know, I'm looking forward to October and November. All right, the first running YouTuber checking in, Running Geek Girl. Check out her channel. After this, I will put something in the show notes about Running Geek Girl's channel, a link, so if you do forget, you can go to the show notes and check it out, but I'll put that in after we're done here. Okay. I'd like to film some of my runs. What camera do you recommend? 40-minute easy pace this morning. Oh, the light rain. That sounds beautiful. Yeah, 22 degrees. That's getting a little warm, not really oppressive. Excuse me while I just bend down behind me. Yeah, not really oppressive, but that light rain must make it really nice. Okay, Marielle. Depending on your budget. Okay, depending on your budget is what camera. But if you're running, I recommend the GoPro. And so I use the GoPro Hero 7 Black, and this was the first year that they, what is the stabilization called? Hyper smooth. Okay, so it's hyper smooth. So when I'm running, I can be running like this. The camera sorts out all the shaking, so you get super smooth footage. So my recommendation is don't go older than the Hero 7 Black. Okay, but also the Hero 8 Black came out last October, and that had some upgrades to the Hyper Smooth, so it may be a little better, but from the Hero 7 Black, I didn't think the upgrades were worth upgrading to get the Hero 8 Black, so I'm still rocking this. Haven't really run into any problems, and the color is fantastic. You really don't have to do anything other than chop up your video and make your edits so the video smooths. So the video is a little smoother because you don't want to watch 10 minutes of running. You need short snippets. So I don't have a link to, oh, you know what? I don't think Amazon is in the Netherlands anyway, so it doesn't matter. But look for the Hero 7 Black if you're looking for something a little inexpensive. If you want the latest and greatest, the Hero 8 Black. If you can wait a couple months, GoPro is probably coming out with the Hero 9 in the end of September, early October. That's been their pattern over the last couple of years. But the Hero 7 Black is a fantastic camera, and you can get it for a really good price right now. Oh, Julian is running in the A6 Glide Ride. And it's one of his favorite shoes in the rotation right now. I tell you, you've probably seen my initial review on the A6 Glide Ride. If you're not, go and check that out after. But I was fascinated to try that shoe because a lot of people have spoken very highly of that shoe. And I think I have 60 miles in mine right now. So I've probably got my 100-mile, 120-mile full review coming up. But let me give you a sneak peek right now. That shoe has gotten remarkably better since I've been running in it. I was not a fan. On my first run, probably on my first 3 or 4 runs, I was not a fan of that shoe. I didn't like that Meta Rocker technology, but now I've kind of learned the shoe, and I've never had a shoe where I actually have to break it in and make it feel better, but it took me a couple runs to make sure the A6 Glide Ride, before they started feeling good. Now, that is a cush shoe. And when I say cush, I mean cushioned, highly cushioned. That's like soft. It feels like I could run for hours and hours and hours. Like if I did a 100-mile road race, I might choose the A6 Glide Ride as my shoe of choice. It's just a little heavy. Just a little heavy, and that's the only thing that would keep me from going for it. But I tell you what, for a recovery shoe, it's pretty plush. And I think I'm going to wear that shoe tomorrow. But just so you know, all ASICs are not like the Glide Ride. So there's a series. It must be the Ride series, something like that. Meta Ride, Glide Ride, Evo Ride. something like that. So I think those all have the Meta Rocker technology. Those are the first pair of Asics I've ever run in, so I'm not totally up to date, but I just took out the Road Blast, and that is a totally different shoe, and I was really impressed with the Road Blast too. Okay, Marielle, waiting for another birthday. So they're still pricey on Amazon. Okay, Amazon is in the Netherlands. Okay, sorry, I had no idea. I really thought they weren't. The GoPros are expensive for what they are. For this little thing, I mean, expensive, you're getting a lot for your money. So when the GoPros come out, they are usually about 400 US dollars. I would imagine they are about 400 euros when they first come out. So not cheap for this tiny little thing. But I've had this camera for several years. I did buy it for $400 when it first came out, and the price here for this one, the 7, has dropped considerably. So I'm sure you can find it, Marielle. You know what? Maybe it might be worth looking on eBay. It might be worth looking, or some other Facebook marketplace for people that are selling them in order to get the next camera. So yeah, that might be something that you can get a good deal on. But let me encourage you, because it's worth every penny. So the camera I'm talking on right now is about the same price as a GoPro, but you know, the picture is a little better than a GoPro, and you can do a little more with it, but I can't take it out on a run. There's no stabilization. It's the stabilization that makes this worth its weight in gold. And then if you are taking it out running, I usually use a selfie stick. This is just it, so I can point it at myself, and then it does extend, so I can get all those running shots. And you've probably seen me swinging the camera around, and that is just pointing it to me and then swinging it back behind me. Secrets of a running YouTuber. Well, they're not really secret. If you've seen one video, you know the secret. Okay, Asics favorite for the long run. Running Geek Girl, tell me your name again. Is it Heather? Is it Heather? I think it might be. Right in the comments. I'm sorry, I forgot. You don't have your name in your YouTube title, so it's not like constantly on me. Like mine, my channel is just Matt Bertrand. Everyone knows I'm Matt. Okay, yes, they do last forever. Well, I don't know, because I've only run 60 miles, but according to the outsole, the rubber on the outsole, oh, those shoes will never run down. Okay. The only downside, you can't maintain under 7-minute miles. Yeah, Julian, that's going to be tough in those shoes, but I don't know. I wouldn't take those shoes out if I had to do proper intervals. Like if I was going out for an actual session that I was actually trying to do intervals, it would be tough in the Glide Ride. That is a laid back, easy day or long run shoe every day of the week. Yeah, they're crazy heavy. And you're welcome. Yes, Running Geek Girl. It is Heather. Good. And Julian says, as far as cushion, he agrees. Once it's broken in, he could run forever. Okay, so I guess by your comment, Julian, that you did also have a little adjustment period of getting used to the Glide Ride, that whole Meta Rocker thing. For some reason, like there's a lot of heel cushion, and the shoes are out in the garage, otherwise I'd grab them for you. But there's a lot of cushion in that heel, and yet it doesn't welcome heel striking. Like once you learn to land on your forefoot, which I think about it every day on my runs now, trying to land on my forefoot. But if you strike your heel, it's like it zaps all your energy, all your forward momentum. So anyway, that's it with a Glide Ride. Yeah, listen, there's some fast Asics out there, but the Glide Ride is not that. That's a comfortable ride. Okay, let me just look at my list. Oh, you know what? While we're talking about running shoes, everyone likes to talk about running shoes. My wife says, why do you talk about running shoes so much? No one wants to hear about running shoes, and yet the conversation always goes to running shoes. So I have been trying to get a pair of the Saucony Endorphin Speed. I noticed that my... I can't even think of the name. There's so many different names. All the names like they go together. But my Nike Zoom Fly 3s, those are getting near the end of their life. I have 460 miles on those shoes. Probably should retire as I'm courting injury. But I thought I would replace them with the Saucony Endorphin Speed. But geez, you can't get a pair of those shoes for the life of me. Like those have been sold out. I've been checking several times a day. So they are not the Pro. They're not the $200 high-end racing shoes that are comparable to the 4%. These are the Endorphin Speed. They're one down. I think they retail for about $160, and they have a nylon plate inside. So I'm thinking that's going to be pretty relatable to the Zoom Fly 3s. And I'm excited to try another brand of running shoe. And I know the reviews are already out. I can't get, for some reason, I can't get these shoes when they first get released. Like these big running YouTubers, they get the shoes sent to them, or they have someone on the inside, I guess, that is sending them the shoes right away. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see if I can get a pair of these Saucony Endorphin Speed. And I remember last week, those of you who were watching last week, I did commit to buying the Brooks Ghost 13, which comes out in September 1st. So I'm still on for that. I think that's going to be a nice soft shoe that is going to work well into my usual runs. The Endorphin Speed, probably not so much. I'm going to have to, you know what, if I'm going to pay that kind of money for shoes, I'm going to have to pick up the pace a bit, put in some work, not just go out for my normal runs. Julian says, took about 20 miles to get used to the Asics Glide Rise. Yeah, that sounds about right. Marielle asks, what is my absolute favorite shoe right now? So I don't have a lot of shoe experience. I have only started trying different shoes since, like, in the last 5 months of this channel. I've talked about it so much, but I've kind of decided that I'm going to try different shoes. So, and I have to say, my all-time favorite shoe is still the Nike Zoom Fly 3. I know that Nike's going to be coming out with a replacement for that pretty soon in the next 2 months. But yeah, that Zoom Fly 3, even though the mileage is getting up, I just love the way, I love the upper, I love the way it feels, I love that nylon plate inside, which gives you a little propulsion. It's and it stands up to the miles. I've already run 460 miles in them, and I'm still loving it. So that's why I want to go to the Saucony Endorphin Speed and try those. And I'm still rotating 4 shoes at a time, and I don't want to get too far above that because I want to be able to use all these shoes. And if I get above 4, it means I'm not into throwing shoes away or getting rid of them before they have served their whole running life. So if I get above 4 pairs of shoes in my rotation, it lengthens the whole time that I'm actually running in these shoes. And you know, if I wait too long, then more shoes are going to come out, and I'm already getting behind because you know, these Endorphin Speeds have been out for a couple of weeks now, and I have yet to even buy a pair. And if the Brooks Ghost 13, when that comes out on September 1st, I'm going to want to try those, but I still have plenty of time. I think the Brooks Ghost are probably going to replace my Glide Rides, so as I get towards it, I'll probably up the mileage, wear those Glide Rides a little more, so I don't have 2 really highly max cushioned shoes at the same time. But that was a long way of saying that the Nike Zoom Fly 3s are my favorite shoes at the moment, and they're old. They've been out for years, and yet they're still what I like to grab. All right, Terrence, what's up? Welcome, first time to the live stream. Yes, thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. Terrence, where did you hear about the live stream? Because I know I didn't put out much yesterday, but I did put something on Instagram yesterday saying there was going to be a live stream today, and then in the last couple hours, I put something on Instagram, and for the first time, like 10 minutes before, I put something on Strava. So I'm hoping that people are going to see it on Strava and come and join in, because Strava is actually my biggest audience. I've got like 4,000 people, I think, around 4,000 people that follow me on Strava. So I'm hoping I can up this viewers of this live stream by putting it on Strava, but we'll see. Okay, all right, with the Kymaro 11 can be had for a cheaper price than the Saucony Speed. I don't know about the Kymaro 11. Okay, Terrence, thanks. YouTube told me in the notifications. All right, so I put that out on our YouTube community too. So that's a great way to get you guys the YouTube family into the live stream, because I think that comes up on your feed if you have notifications turned on. If not, now would be a great time to hit the bell icon. I don't even know what the live stream looks like, but go to my channel, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I do things like a live stream or put something out on the community. Anyway, it's a good way to, stay in touch with all the goings on of this channel. The Kymaro 11, yeah, I mean, what kind of shoe is the Kymaro 11? Paul Climo, welcome from Memphis, Tennessee. Nice. Paul, heat wave at the moment in Memphis? I don't know, it seems like the whole of the US is like just drowning in sweat because it's so hot everywhere. What kind of shoe is the Kymaro 11? Is that, Kamal has it? Nice, well, good. So, Edmund and Kamal, how much or what kind of shoe is the Kymaro 11? What kinds of runs would it be good for? And listen, I know it can be had for a cheaper price. So when I'm thinking about shoes, I am also thinking about YouTube and what will be a good shoe for YouTube. And I have to kind of mesh the two because I never want to buy a shoe that I'm not going to use, that I'm not going to be able to actually throw into my rotation. But I'd be lying if I didn't say that I want something that's a little sensational so I get more views. It's shameful, I know. I'm embarrassed to even say it, but YouTube's on my mind. YouTube is what I spend the most time, the most social media thinking about. My Instagram is just, it's a daily post of running stuff, but it all funnels to YouTube. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, Edmund says his next purchase will be the Kymaro 11, and they seem to be versatile. And Sarah, all right, nice. Ah, thanks, Sarah. Hustled through your run. Okay, I want everyone to pay attention to Sarah's answer when I ask this question. But Sarah, how many miles have you run this week? And I remember, I think I just saw you on Mike's channel, Kofuzi, and I saw you on the leaderboard of his run, and you were, I don't know, you were above Mike, and Mike puts in some solid weekly miles. But guys, Sarah, she puts in the miles. She puts in the running work. Okay, let's let me just go down. All right, Running Geek Girl saying hi to Sarah. Sarah saying hi back. Kymaro 11 is a lightweight trainer 4mm drop. Okay, that sounds good. 110 bucks. That's pretty good. That is really good. $110. You know, the closer you get to $100, the easier it is to just swallow and pull the trigger on these shoes. It gets up to 130, 140, 150, and it gets harder to buy an extra pair of shoes. I think I can get a discount, a first responder discount on Saucony. I'll have to look into that. Okay, Edmund says that the Kymaro 11 can be used for long runs and tempo runs. All right, well, that's pretty versatile if it can be used for both. Sarah says that the Endorphin Speed is more fun than Kymaro 11. Okay, that's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something fun. And fun is the feeling I get when I wear the Nike Zoom Fly 3. There's a lot more road feel, and it's just fun. Now, not to say something like the ASICS Glide Ride isn't fun. It serves a purpose. And I feel like I'm riding in a Cadillac, and it's just all cush and laid back, and it's comfortable. You don't feel the road. You don't hear the road. That's what running in the Glide Ride reminds me of. That's what running in those Skechers, the Go Run Max Road 4s, those were a great cushion shoe that I have. But I'm looking for something a little fun. Something fun to add into it. So thanks for that feedback, Sarah. Eric, I'm very honest to say you want remarkable shoes in your videos. Well, yeah, listen, YouTube and me, our relationship goes like that. And I'm talking about my feelings towards YouTube because I know I need to stick to making videos that I like and putting stuff out there that I find fun. And I do find, like, talking to the camera and filming my runs, I do find that fun and I get value from it, and that's what it should be. And 90% of the time, actually maybe closer to 80% of the time, the YouTube is just for me. But I'm human and I get caught up in, I've been doing a better job, but I get caught up in the numbers. And I get caught up in the numbers and the engagement and how many people are viewing my videos and the subscriber count. And when it doesn't keep climbing and I see other YouTube channels climbing, it can be frustrating. And I know, Heather, you can probably relate to this, all right? If you're a running YouTuber, you know, there's a lot of us out there trying to sling the same stuff, right? Just talk about running. Anyway, so yeah, I do think about that, about my shoes, and the type of stuff that I'm gonna talk about. Now, I've been trying to come out with 2 videos a week, and it can be difficult talking about something fresh and new, 2 videos every single week. You know, I don't know how Kofuzi and Seth do it every single day, but I got mad respect for those guys because it takes a lot of work. Anyway, let me just go back up. All right, Sarah just said 67 miles for the week so far, 20 miles planned for tomorrow. Nice, that's a solid week. So, that's a solid week. All right. Well, Sarah, you and I are actually pretty close in our weekly mileage. I think I'm at 63. But you're going to blow me out of the water tomorrow because I'm only going to do 10, 11, 12, maybe 13 or 14 at the absolute outside, but I'm not doing 20. So, nice. Sarah consistently drops some huge numbers. All right, let me scroll down. Heather says, the glycerin are breaking down, so I'll need to replace them pretty soon. All right, that's good. That's always a fun time when we have to replace our shoes. Terrence says he loves the Kymaro, but it's not fun. It just does everything well and quietly. There's something to be said for that, right? If jack of all trades, right, does everything well, doesn't excel at one thing, but does everything well, and I feel like I've had a lot of those shoes recently, so I don't know. I'm enjoying running easy, but especially because of the heat. I'm enjoying running easy because of the heat, but I know I need to pick up the pace sometimes if I want to move forward. And speaking of moving forward with fitness, well, you know what? Well, I'll get to the Peloton. I'll get to the Peloton later. Okay, Terrence says he's PR'd every race with the Kymaro 9. Marielle says she hopes to see herself making those miles one day. Yeah, that's a goal to shoot for sure. Just that's high mileage. That's getting up there. So be careful increasing your mileage because it will invite injury quicker. And you might do 1 week of high mileage. You might do 1 week of high mileage and then you start getting the aches and pains that come in. And then before you know it, you might be injured. And then you have to go back, maybe not running at all. So just be careful raising that mileage up to, well, anything higher than where you're at. Let me go down. I want to get back to Terrence's comment about P&R in every race with the Kymaro 9. Well, if that's not science, I don't know what is. If you follow Terrence's rule, you will PR with every single race you run in. I like that. It may be anecdotal, but if you like the sound of it, you know, attach to it, buy the Kymaro 9 and go and run all your PRs. Okay, Paul is loving the Max Road based on the recommendation. Also just bought the bone conduction headphones. Haven't tried them yet. I tell you what, I use them every single day. Every single day, and I have them just sitting on my desk, ready to go. Those are the best athletic headphones, and you can sweat all over them, and they don't break. And then I just run them under the tap, clean them off, and they don't break. Okay, and the Max Road 4. Yeah, you know what? That is a shoe that I would buy again. If I wasn't like trying to try new things, I would buy the Max Road 4 again. Those were a lovely shoe. Okay, Eric also had the glycerin in rotation. Nice. And Heather has the bone conduction headphones. Melissa, all the way down in New Zealand. Good morning, Melissa. Oh, I'm glad you could tune in. Melissa, what have you done this morning? Did you have a ride with your group? Or actually, I don't know what time it is now. We've been talking for about half an hour. So it must be 8 o'clock in the morning on Sunday morning, I think. Did you have a ride with your group? I know, obviously, kids don't go to school on Sunday. Okay, if you're looking for a fun shoe, the Asics Nova Blast is a nice one. Marielle! Okay, Marielle, I want you to tune into the channel on Monday because I just tested a shoe in the Blast line of Asics. It's actually the one down. A lot cheaper than the Nova Blast. Now, I think the Nova Blast is a better shoe, but it's $40 more than the shoes that I tested this morning, and I was actually pretty impressed with how those shoes ran. And Marielle, nice, only 10% increase every week. And if it has to be less than that, then so be it. You know, if you're on that trajectory of going up, you know, you can't go wrong. Well, you can go wrong. It's if the trajectory gets too high, then that's where injury will come. Okay, and Melissa only just woke up. Nice! But then I am really impressed that you turned on your computer to tune into the live stream. Okay, mad props to Melissa, who is just starting her day. And tune in on Monday, let's see, 9:30 here. So probably 3:30 in the afternoon in the Netherlands, that video will drop. Hey Richard, what's up my man? Welcome to the chat. Yeah, I'm glad you could tune in. Richard, where are you from? Did you run today? Terrence says the Road Blast. You're curious. Yeah, listen, those shoes, I've had those shoes. I got them at the same time as my as the Glide Ride. They've been sitting, I keep looking down here because that's where they've been sitting in their box for weeks. And I was just kind of putting it off because I had to retire another pair of shoes, and I actually retired my Hoka Rincons and then moved these Road Blast into the rotation. And yeah, tune in, Terrence. I think you're gonna like them. They're gonna go the distance for me. I'm gonna run in those shoes for the whole time. All right, Melissa says school holidays down in New Zealand. Sunday is now a wee sleep day for me. Well, yeah, definitely a wee sleep day if you only slept till 8 o'clock. Okay, Richard. All right, 2021 races. This is a good question. This is a good question where to go. I think the world is going to have races in 2021. Everywhere seems to be doing a little better than we are doing right here. Now, listen, they might come out with oh, look who just joined us. Susie, I run things, is at the grocery store and decided to open her phone and check in. What's up, Susie? Another running YouTuber. I will link to Susie's channel in the comments below. Oh, that's so nice of her to check in. She does some great interviews with a lot of people in the running realm. She actually interviewed me, so check that out too. Maybe you'll learn something about me. Okay, so, sorry, 2021 races. A lot of places are doing pretty good with coronavirus. So those places will have races. Places like where I live in Florida, I don't know. I know that there are races going on right now. There have been several triathlons. I think on our last holiday, July 4th was a holiday here in the United States. I think there were some 5Ks going on. You know, I don't know. It's pretty inappropriate in Florida right now based on our numbers to be having races, but 2021 is still several months away. I think we're going to see races. I am going to wait and see. I do plan on running Boston still, or I'm keeping my fingers crossed for running Boston. So I hope everything is better. Not looking forward to getting on an airplane for a couple hours, but you know, full hazmat suit and rebreather as I'm sitting in the plane. Yeah, so I'd like to run Boston. And I am registered for the Marine Corps Marathon. Now, the Marine Corps Marathon is actually still going ahead this year in October, but I deferred. So, yeah, 2021, I think we're going to see a resurgence in races just based on people's attitudes. In fact, I'd go so far as to say that even if we don't get coronavirus under control across the country, by the way our leaders are acting, they're going to tell us it's all back to normal and just have the race anyway. So, I don't know. Okay, all right, nice. Susie is at the slowest register, so she has plenty of time to tune in. Okay, let's travel out of the US for a race. In 2021, probably not. Although Canada is not out of the question, but yeah, I think if I went anywhere for a race, it would be Canada, and I don't think Rotterdam next year, but I'll have to talk to Harmony. Here's the thing, Rotterdam, I think Rotterdam's been cancelled for this year, and I will defer for next year. I just don't know about international travel in April, which is when Rotterdam is. So I'll have to talk to Harmony about that. Yeah, I don't think we'll be coming to the Netherlands in April next year for that race. But I still want to do the Rotterdam Marathon. It's still on the list, and I still have to do it with my daughter Libby. So it'll be done. I just don't. I think I'm gonna have to eat that that registration fee for Rotterdam and just apply for maybe 2022. Yeah. Let's see. If things get better, I really have to go visit my grandmother in the UK. And if I do go to the UK, I'll be doing some races there. At the very least, a park run. So you know, go out and meet some people and to make a video. I mean, that's going to be a fun video when I go to the UK, just because there are so many runners in the UK that I chat with all the time. Okay, so did I answer the question? Possibly Boston, possibly Marine Corps, maybe Canada if I go visit my mother and father-in-law. They're, excuse me, they're up in Winnipeg. So who knows? Who knows? Maybe out of the country. I doubt it though. Okay, let me just go through the comments. Keeping my fingers crossed. Heather says keeping the fingers crossed for the Little Rock Marathon, but not really hopeful. Heather, when is the Little Rock Marathon? Is it at the end of 2020 or the beginning of 21? Melissa says her city is planning the International Marathon in September, although travelers aren't allowed in yet. 2-week isolation at least. Well, that's another thing. I don't think there's anywhere I can actually go in Europe right now because we've been banned. I agree with the ban. I don't think we should be going over there. But yeah, we've been banned right now. Okay, 2-week isolation. Okay, Richard. Cheers, mate. Okay, Richard, no, they are not trying to do it 24th and 25th. Oh, 24th and 25th now. Okay. All right, well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I know for a fact I will not be coming to the Netherlands in October to run that race. So I'll see if I can put it off for next year, and if not, you know, I'll just have to eat it. Okay, Richard is up in Scotland. Come park run here. Yes, it's on. Oh, and the Edinburgh Marathon. That would be a good race to do. That would be a really good race to do for me to schedule a trip over there and to incorporate a marathon. There is nothing I like more than incorporating a race during my holidays. Okay, Little Rock Marathon is the beginning of March 21. Okay, well, that's plenty of time. That's far off in the distance. I'm keeping my fingers crossed for you. God, I hope by March things are looking better for us and we get more races. Especially because winter is Florida's running season. So, you know, all this through the summer doesn't really bother me because I don't like to race in the summer here anyway. But when it gets cool again, I'm going to want to get out there. I know everyone else will too. Melissa says, be a lot of tapering in 2 weeks of isolation. Not great. Yeah, not great. That's an understatement. 2 weeks, isolation. I mean, I guess, I don't know. Could you move if you arrange to have a treadmill put into wherever you were isolating, you could probably do it. But without that, oh, you're screwed. A 2-week break before a marathon? Oh, you'd be so stiff going into that race. And yeah, next year would be amazing. Guys, we're actually getting to the end of this live stream. I am going to keep it to 45 minutes. And I hope that just moves everything along a little quicker. I've barely got to anything on my list. Let me see. Well, we did talk about coronavirus, the numbers, Saucony Endorphin Speed. Okay, so I am going to be off for, I think I'm taking a couple of days off from my job. It was a trip. Where were we going? I think we were going up to, oh, I know, we were going up to the Northeast United States and up to the maritime provinces of Canada, and we were going up there, but we're not going now. So I'm still going to take the time off and just have a staycation, which means I will be able to run before sunrise every day, which I'm really looking forward to. So something I wanted to bring up to you guys, something that actually stuck out to me is 100-mile week. So I've been consistently running 70-mile weeks, maybe up to 75. I'm thinking of doing a 100-mile week on this holiday off. It's a lot of mileage when I don't like running for hours and hours in this heat, but it would be a nice thing to say I did. I've only run a 100-mile week twice, and on one of those times, I actually ran a 100-mile race. So, excuse me. So that doesn't really count. I've only done 100-mile week in training. Oh, I didn't bring any water in with me. Okay, that's better. So I'm still thinking about it. I have to plan it out if I can get up early enough and actually log enough miles in the morning, because if I'm off, I don't want to run in the afternoon in the sun. So that is something I'm thinking about, and I may do a daily vlog for that, just a couple of minutes checking in to talk about how I feel. And you know, it won't be very interesting in the beginning because I'll be fresh and it'll just be a normal run, but towards the end of the week, as I'm getting tireder, I don't know, perhaps someone could get some value. Okay, perhaps going through Marielle, maybe I can run a full marathon in 2021 in Rotterdam. Yeah, you got time. You got time for that build-up. You should actually plan that, Marielle, because you've got plenty of time to build a base before you actually move into your structured marathon training. That would be a really healthy way. Oh, Heather, I like this. It is not officially a Matt live stream until we talk about Peloton, and I do have Peloton on the list. And let me just stand up for a second. Oh, what is this? Living the dream. Let me pick up my computer, and you see I've got a new sticker on the computer. So, Heather, thank you for asking. I can tell that you're interested. Harmony and I have had a really good Peloton couple days. We have been working out like crazy. Now I've still done a ride every day, and I'm trying to, it's tough, especially on my work days, to get a ride in after my run. So I'm trying to ride at least 100 days in a row, and then I'll make a video about riding 100 days in a row on the Peloton. I haven't really seen any changes, so I don't know what I'll actually be talking about, but I still have plenty of time because I've only been riding about 30 days. So I am still loving the Peloton. We have been doing yoga. We're doing a yoga program on Peloton. So yoga is no joke. Do any of you guys do yoga? So today we did, what do we do? What's the one where you, Cobra. We did a Cobra learning pose. We did something like chest and shoulders, and then we did a 10-minute flow. So getting better at yoga? Well, I'm doing more yoga. I can't say I'm actually getting better. Heather, you are the best for reminding me to talk about Peloton. And as always, if you guys want to get a Peloton, I'll put my link below. And if you do buy a Peloton, you get $100 off. And I will probably get another Peloton shirt. And that's where I got this shirt, because no one actually let me know that they signed up using my referral code. But I got an email from Peloton and they said, hey Matt, here's $100. Go buy a t-shirt. Of course, this stuff is ridiculously expensive. It's nothing that anyone would buy if they didn't get it for free, but I'm still happy to get a free t-shirt. Power yoga hurts. Well, yeah, power yoga. I'm just doing regular yoga, and that's pretty tough. Sarah does yoga at least half an hour each day, started in March. So, Sarah, obviously you are a very experienced and epic runner. Have you seen a difference in your running from yoga? Melissa says yoga is great, but certainly not flexible anymore. Yeah, I agree with that. I do not look like the yogis teaching us. When they do like their downward dog and they're in a beautiful shape like this, I'm very awkward right now, and I'm hoping that'll change. But we'll see. We'll see. Guys, that's it. We have reached the 45-minute mark. I am going to end it here. You all have been fantastic. I really appreciate all of you tuning in, chatting, getting the conversation going. There are a few things left to talk about, but we'll do that next week. But I don't know how I'll ever get to anything else, because if we're talking about running, we always talk about our runs, we always talk about running shoes, and then I have to talk about Peloton, you know. And if it's 45 minutes, maybe we'll do a longer one next week, but maybe not. Anyway, we'll see. Guys, you've been awesome. Susie, I hope you got out of the grocery store safely. Melissa, enjoy the rest of your day. I love that it's like first thing in the morning there. And I'm just going to answer Sarah. Okay. More strength and a little more range of motion. Okay, that's good. So I'm going to keep doing it. We're actually going through, Harmony and I going through our program, so we should be doing more yoga as the days goes on. All right, thank you everyone. Paul heading back to surgery. My man, neurosurgeon. A neurosurgeon that doesn't drink coffee. But thanks for being here, everyone. Be kind, be happy, run well, and I'll see you on Monday for my video, but we'll be here next Saturday because I'm off for the live stream. All right, later.